what's going on YouTube? Part 2 to the Errol Spense, 147, Boogie Man, Dark Horse Saga. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep this kind of short, man. I kind of rambled on, too long. I don't want to ramble on too long, man, but I want to keep this short. I already covered, check out the first video, man. I made a case for Danny, Keith Thurman, as far as like why they probably wouldn't want to fight, Errol Spence right now. But right now, I want to get into like Kell, Brook, and the IBF situation. Let's focus on Errol Spence right now. Errol Spence and the IBF, man. IBF, a lot of people feel as if the IBF is kind of stiffing Errol Spence right now after beating Chris Algieri. They ordered, Errol Spence to face another title eliminator versus Konstantin Panamirov. Some Russian dude who just got through beating, Brad Solomon. Undefeated 147 fighter. You guys probably never heard of him, man. The dude was kind of like, I don't know what he was doing with his career, man, but he was keeping quiet, man, at 147. Anyway, I think it's good for Errol Spence, man, this title eliminator. You know what I'm saying? It's going to put him at the number 1 spot. It's going to allow him to sharpen up his skills. He's going to be facing a young, undefeated champion, undefeated fighter that's 23, 3 years of age. It's going to show him some different looks, man. And this guy doesn't know how to lose, because he's supposed to be undefeated, supposedly. Let me double check that out, man. I read that he was undefeated. So, but, yeah, he's undefeated. Okay, yeah, let's make it sure. Sometimes you gotta make sure, man. You ain't reading the wrong thing. But anyway, moving along, man. I don't think Errol Spence is ready for Kell Brook right now. That's why I'm glad he's having his mandatory. And I think he'll be best served by fighting a couple more fights, man. As far as him being in the WB, being highly ranked in the WBO, I wouldn't mind favoring him right now versus Jessie Vargas. As far as right now versus Kell Brook, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not yet, man. Just maybe a couple more fights. Up under his belt, I think he'll be best served. Because, a lot of people aren't sold on Errol Spence, man. There's a lot of holes in his game. I think The Wire just mentioned it. I listened to a video, and he said he got some holes in his game. And if he's, if I see it and he sees it and other people see it, he's got a lot to work on. I'm sure Kell Brook can see it too, As far as Danny Garcia, he's going to have to push the issue, man, with Danny, man. But, yeah, you know what? Errol Spence would be best served by facing these opponents, man. I'm going to try to end this real quick, man. And what I mean by this, facing these opponents, I'm going to rattle out some names. And I think this will put him in a very good position to, like, four-corner the market. You know what I'm saying? That's what he has to do. He has to, like, four-corner the market and try to put himself in the top 5, if not being the number 1 mandatory in all these sanctioning bodies. And I don't think it's impossible, man. If you look at these rankings, I'm looking at these rankings, I don't think it's impossible, okay? Because, look what we have here, man. In the WBO, I already mentioned that Errol Spence is like number 4. He's number 4 in the WBO. You know what I'm saying? He's number 4 in the WBO. And that's easy work right there. You know what I'm saying? That's easy work right there for him, obviously, to move up in the rankings in the WBO, okay? He's already ranked. And the dude he's facing, this Constantine dude, I ain't gonna pronounce his whole name. This guy is already ranked in the WBO and the WBC. And the WBC is ranked above Errol Spence. You get what I'm saying? So this is only going to move him up in the rankings, man. This fight is only going to move him up in the rankings with these sanctioning bodies. You get what I'm saying? It's best served that he does it. Now, after that, man, I would like to see him face Jose Benavidez or Sugar Shane Mosley. If Sugar Shane Mosley can get past this David Ava guy, that would be a fight I would like to see. Remember, he's got to get names, man. He's got to get names on his belt. Chris Algieri is just one dude. That was just one dude. He needs some more, man. Jose Benavidez and Shane Mosley, them some good names. Now, as far as those guys in the WBA, as far as in the WBC, this is what I like to see him do to cast that shadow, that dark shadow, the dark horse shadow, the boogeyman shadow, to get everybody scared. And at 147, I would like to see him take on Omar Figueroa and Lamont Peterson this year. I think it can happen this year. Khan's the number one mandatory for Danny Garcia's belt. That ain't happening. It was supposed to happen. It didn't happen. It ain't happening. And Amir Khan, he's makes so much money after fighting Canelo. He's not even going to fight for the rest of the year because you got Ramadan and all this other stuff you got going on. So he's probably going to get fat again and rest up. You know what I'm saying? So this is it for Amir Khan this year. Anyway, and then if Berto can beat Victor Ortiz, that'd be a good fight. You get what I'm saying? Andre Berto. He just got to get past Victor Ortiz, and he good, man. And then you can add Sammy Vasquez. He doesn't need to fight Sammy Vasquez, but it'll be nice to see him fight him though, because it's another young champion. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think about Errol Spence, being the new 147, like Crown Prince, man, the new boogeyman at 147. Let me know the guys y'all want to see him fight. I know I mentioned it before, but I mention it again, man. Maybe y'all just hearing this for the first time, but let me know what y'all think about the whole IBF situation. And just let me know what y'all thoughts, man, on like Danny, Keith Thurman, Jessie Vargas. Are these guys scared of Errol Spence? Does Errol Spence need to fight any of the names that I mentioned in order to, prove himself? In order to like cast a dark shadow over the division and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And make himself more like of the heir apparent, make himself, because you know what I'm saying, once he get that belt, man, he gets that IBF belt, guys gonna be gunning for him. But I mean, if he takes these guys out now, you know what I'm saying, it just makes him more like it makes him more solidified to me. It's almost like Tyson fighting Michael Spinks. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyson, he took all the belts, but Michael Spinks was still like the lineal champion, and everybody just knew who the real champion was. You know what I'm saying? So I think if he does that, man, and he goes into the fight with Kell Brook, I think it'll just have more of a psychological effect. And so hopefully Errol Spence will be fighting Kell Brook next year, and Errol Spence will have at least 4 more, at least 4 more fights up on his belt. He's been very active, man. In the past 2 years, he's fought like 10 times. That's great, man. So if he can keep that up, man, can't nobody say nothing, man. They gotta face him. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.